Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, so I was listening to Inside the NBA, and they were talking about basically what happened with the Minnesota Timberwolves being, soundly beaten by the Boston Celtics, and they were talking about Anthony Edwards. And you guys know I've been really big on Anthony Edwards, and I don't want to put this out about Anthony Edwards because I'm really big on Anthony Edwards. I see the potential, and I see where Anthony Edwards could go. I see his ceiling, and his ceiling could be really high. Just last year, Anthony Edwards was an MVP candidate. Now he's just so far in this season, he's been running the mill. And I've said this about Anthony Edwards, and I critiqued him about this particular issue, and I saw signs of this last year. Anthony Edwards, to me, even in I think season 5, he still hasn't taken his game where it could be. I don't know if it's focus or is it him possibly being lazy. And I don't want to use that word lazy because at the end of the day, he's out there playing X amount of minutes. But I'm starting to think that about Anthony Edwards. And I wonder, is his head in the game? Because, Anthony Edwards has had some outside distractions outside of the basketball court, baby mama issues and other things. Then there's certain things he said, you know, where he said he don't like to dunk that much because it hurts his hands. And then they asked him about would he ever continue acting, and he said, well, I don't know, and all that kind of stuff. It just come across as like he's a dude that don't put his best foot forward, and that's troublesome for me, and that's alarming for me. And I just see this in Anthony Edwards, and that kind of bothers me. It make me wonder, is the work ethic really there? Is he trying, or he's not trying? And I just don't want to use that word lazy, but eventually that's going to start floating around because Charles Barkley and the guys were critiquing him and saying that he's regressing. I don't know why the Knicks, or should I say, I don't know why the Timberwolves made that trade, why they traded Cat, because I don't think it was no reason to break up that team. I mean, you got to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, at the end of the day, Dallas just happened to be the better team. I think you could have made some trades to just basically improve the team. And then also you could have tweaked the team. But I didn't think you should have traded, Cat. And Cat is doing his thing in New York. So that's just my thing about Anthony Edwards. And it's just starting to bother me. And I'm kind of like worried about where he could go. I don't want to see Anthony Edwards be one of them dudes that just, start to fade. Because, I mean, he's in year 5 now. I think he should be a legitimate MVP candidate. And I think he should be averaging, at least at this point, 29 points a game. Michael Jordan himself said that he reminded him a lot of him. I think when you get that kind of praise for somebody like Michael Jordan, the caliber of Michael Jordan, you should be like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. But you just don't see that in him. It seems like it comes and goes, It just seems like some games he's into it, and then it seems like some games like, eh. So that's just my critique, and I'm just wondering. So, and once again, I just want to say to the Minnesota Timberwolves fans, don't come after me. Just ask the question. Don't attack me. Because at the end of the day, if we can't have these conversations and have these, basically, these type of talks about this individual, then How are we not going to figure out, what's the problem, and just basically figure out what he can do to, go to the next level. He kind of reminds me of a car that's in a race, but he don't know how to hit that gear to get in first place. Like he's okay with being, in second, and he don't know how to hit that next gear. He don't know how to go into top speed. So that's all I'm saying. Let me know what you think. This your boy Town. I'm out.